Hey guys, today is the day.
It's Howie Day.
We are on our way to Lazy Days Loveland, Colorado for our final inspection. And as long as everything goes okay, pick up Howie and take him to our very first campground where we will be spending our very first night.
Yes, it's so exciting. We have to go through orientation, which that should be interesting. And hopefully everything, the few things that were wrong or are wrong with Howie have been fixed. One of them being a major slide issue. He came in, none of the slides were working. Then they got the living room slides and the kitchen slides, but they've been working on the bedroom slide for what, a week?
Yeah, just about a week.
And so they're gonna replace some gears and hopefully that will take care of it. And we did our PDI last week. We went through the rig with a fine-tooth comb looking for anything wrong. We really didn't find anything but one major oversight, would you call it?
It was
Screw
a
up,
big oversight.
mismatch, I don't know. We were supposed to have a convection microwave, and I looked at it, and there's a sticker on the front because Vanleigh put stickers on all the features throughout the rig. It says convection microwave. And I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I open it up, and I'm like, this is not a convection microwave.
It's a standard microwave.
Yeah, and I look at the panel because there's always a convection and a combo button on there. That wasn't on there. And I'm like, this is a straight up microwave. And we told them, and they're like, no, the sticker says...
It says convection microwave right on the sticker.
Yeah, and we're like, no, you got to look a little closer. So we do not know if we are going to take Howie home with a convection microwave or just a straight up microwave, but I can tell you for sure, we are not leaving the state of Colorado without a convection microwave.
For sure.
But you know, if that is the only issue really, and of course the slides, but they're taking care of that, I'm pretty happy with that. So this is super duper exciting.
Yeah, and then we'll be staying our first night, as we mentioned, and it's supposed to be cold and a little bit snowy, so we will get to put the furnace and the heat pump and some of the other systems to test right away. And then since it is kind of a rainy day today, we had talked about when we were at home getting ready to go that maybe we should wait till Thursday to pick up the rig.
Sunny and warmer.
Because it's going to be sunny and 70. But then reality hit us, and what did we decide?
Well, it's like when we're on the road, we can't say, okay, it's rainy today, we can't do this or we can't do that. I mean, we got to take what comes our way, and we're starting that attitude today. Whatever it is, if it snows, if it rains, if it's windy, we are doing this because we are doing this.
Yep, so we have our raincoats with us, and we are ready and anticipating a somewhat rainy very first setup at the campground. Oh, and don't forget, we are going to take you through our very first weigh with Howie because we want to weigh him empty. So it's going to be our first use of the Weigh My Truck app, the Cat Scale app. Where you don't have to talk to that person through that intercom system that never ends up working. You do everything via the app, and you just punch in the code for the Cat Scale that you're at. It signs you in, you weigh, and you drive away.
I'm excited for that.
That's so we're going to show you that process. And the Weigh My Truck app is tied to our TSD Open Roads fuel card, so you don't have to pay while you're there at the gas station either. It's literally pull in, log in, weigh, pull out, and it's just billed to your TSD card. How much easier can it get?
Sorry. So stick around. We're going to be taking you through this entire day in bits and pieces. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to love Howie. Trust me. He's a great fifth wheel.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay, well, we'll see you in a bit. Well, life is full of disappointments sometimes. And
isn't it always?
Today is one of those, but you know, we're making lemonade up in here. And even though we can't take Howie home today because he has a serious slide issue that they have to order major parts from Vanleigh and get it fixed, we are going to have a completely functional RV by waiting. They're installing our parsec antenna, and we're going to have our convection microwave when we pick them up, which hopefully could be, what, Friday?
And they essentially have to replace the entire bedroom slide mechanism. So the entire H-column, both motors are getting replaced. It's just, somehow it left the factory completely, totally jacked up.
I don't know how that happens, but it happens, and we're trying to keep a good attitude. We were super excited to take Howie to the state park today, but it's not going to happen. I'm just hoping for Friday, but maybe it might not be till maybe this time next week.
One of the one of the difficulties is that we don't even know, we have reservations made for the next 14 days, but we don't even know what days to cancel yet.
No, we don't. And
right now we have no idea when we're going to take deliveries. So we're trying to figure out, I guess it's just cancel day by day until we actually...
Tell me now. I really don't think there's any way. Friday would be a long shot, I think, but could be possible depending if Vanleigh actually overnights the parts rather than 2-day the parts. And it's getting kind of late in the day today. I don't know if they'd go out today. So if they went out tomorrow, then yeah, it's still possible. But we'll see. Eventually, we're going to get into Howie. And this is why we gave ourselves a month cushion before we really wanted to leave the state. So we have some time, some variability. It'll be okay. Lemonade.
What's the saying? Welcome to RV life.
Oh yeah, this is our initiation, and it's been interesting.
Well, this is definitely not the video that we wanted to present today.
But it's the video we are presenting because this is RV life and we're adaptable and we go with the flow. Well, it's the Saturday after the Tuesday that we were supposed to take Howie home, and we still don't have Howie, and I wish I could tell you when we're going to get Howie. We have some ideas, but we don't know for sure. We're thinking probably by Wednesday, but we don't know. And that's what we want to talk to you about, the things that we have learned, and it's so much in such a short period of time, about this process of ordering a rig and picking up a rig at the dealer.
So the one thing this video is not going to be is a bitch session.
We did that already. We got that out of our system.
We got that out of our systems already. This is not going to be anti-Vanleigh. It's not going to be anti-dealership. It is going to be what we learned, as Victoria said, in a very short amount of time, and what we can do to help you potentially avoid the situation that we're in.
Okay, so I'm going to set the stage, kind of give you a summary of what went down up until the point where we were standing there and realized we were not taking Howie home on Tuesday. So the rig came into Lazy Days around, I think it was the 17th of March. We were in contact with our salesperson and with service because they immediately found out that none of the slides were coming in and out. We had scheduled to go up and do our PDI that Friday, and so it was kind of questionable whether we could because of the slide situation. We were also in contact with finance. A date was set, the 29th. We should be able to get the slides done by then, and then we can close and you can take Howie home. That was the understanding. During that time, we had been to the dealership twice to look at Howie and then do our PDI, and we kept getting updates about the slides. The last time we were there was Friday. It was the Friday before the Tuesday. We were supposed to pick up Howie. Everything was fine. The slides were starting to work. No problem. We got this. And then the Monday before the Tuesday, we were supposed to pick Howie up. We get a phone call that says, oh, I don't know, the slides still aren't working. We're going to try one more thing. But you know what? You come in tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We're going to get this delivered tomorrow. And so we're like, okay, they got this. We're getting our Howie. And so we get to the dealership on Tuesday. We waited for what?
2.5 hours with a truckload of stuff ready to move in. Campground reservations made. We were all ready to go.
We were so excited and so ready to go. And then it's like, well, we can't fix this. We're going to have to get major parts from Vanleigh. And then it was like, it'll take this long and that long. And so at that point, we knew it was at least a week, hopefully not more. That was our biggest fear. So that's kind of where we are now. And aside, I mentioned earlier in the video about the convection microwave. That was an issue too, but it appears that they ordered that from Vanleigh, so that's going to get taken care of. That was a very funny situation. Interesting situation, but that's not, you know, I would have taken Howie without it, and then they would have got it in, and we would have brought it back.
And the situation with the convection oven, we believe, is actually a Furrion issue. We believe a wrong item got put in a box because we immediately called Vanleigh and said, what's going on? And Vanleigh said, we only have convection microwaves in the factory. There's no way a regular microwave was put into your rig. So we're pretty certain that the wrong item just got put into a box or ended up on a pallet at the Vanleigh factory.
Yeah, nobody's fault. I mean, it just happens.
The good news is they are going to fix it. They have no problem whatsoever giving us the right item.
Yeah, and so really it's about the slides, it's about the bedroom slide. That's what it boiled down to. All the other slides are working. So the things that we learned in the process of leaving Lazy Days on Tuesday and then waking up on Wednesday, realizing we had no communication from them. They were supposed to tell us exactly when the parts were ordered, when they were going to get there, what the timeline is. That's when we knew we had to take matters into our own hands.
Right.
And that's when we also realized we should have done that the day Howie came in, but we didn't know. We figured, you know, that they have everything taken care of. They're telling us this. And I'm not saying they did anything horribly wrong. It's just this is the process. And if you would like to have control over this process, or at least a say in this process, you have to be proactive. And that's the bottom line. The communication could have been better. And so by us, you know, jumping in and going, okay, we're going to email, we're going to call, you know, our sales rep with Vanleigh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, got us back into some semblance of control. And that's our biggest, I guess, our biggest thing our takeaway from this. That's our lemonade.
So what we did was I reached out to our regional sales manager for Vanleigh out here in the Western Division, who's been great and communicative with us, help us set up the tour for the week that our rig was going to be there. He's been absolutely great with communication. I reached out to him. He immediately got back with me, put me in touch with the dealer parts service manager. I communicated with them. They got back with me immediately with tracking numbers for all of the parts that were ordered to complete the rig. So I was actually the one to email our person at Lazy Days and say, here's the tracking numbers, here's when the product's being delivered, and what is the schedule and timeline for what's going to happen. So what are some of the things that you can do to hopefully avoid the same situation that we're in? One of the first things you do if you're buying or ordering your rig is leave yourself a lot of leeway in your schedule for screw-ups exactly like this. We had, about 6 weeks from the time we anticipated getting into the rig till the time we actually had to be out of the house and preparing to leave Denver. We burned 2 of those weeks already with not knowing what was going on. So now we're down to 4 weeks. We think we're okay with that time frame, but for sure leave yourself plenty of time for things that happen exactly like this.
The next point is to ask questions, ask a lot of them, and follow up on those answers. Everybody is busy at the dealership. They have so many things going on. You want to be first on their mind, but it's just not reality, and that's okay. But if you follow up to your question, say, hey, did you get this answer? If you haven't heard back in a reasonable time, then you will be top of their mind, and you'll make yourself feel better because you'll feel like you're in control and you have a plan to get whatever information that you want.
And then the next step, I would say, is for sure communicate with your manufacturer, whatever manufacturer. Learn who the regional manager is for the area. Learn who your parts and service people are, and start a dialogue with them even before your rig comes in. That way you have an advocate outside of the dealer that will go to bat for you when problems such as this arise. And then also, if you can, find an advocate at the dealer as well. We have a service coordinator in the Lazy Days service department who is fantastic at follow-up. So we've all made each other a point person. So we have a specific point of communication, and then just copy the sales manager, our sales rep, those sorts of things. But have one point of communication or a person that really knows your situation and what's going on with your situation. So the biggest takeaway from this situation is managing your own expectations for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Be prepared for issues, because whether it's issues from the dealer or issues with your specific rig, and again, it doesn't matter the dealer or the manufacturer of the rig, there's going to be issues. Be prepared for them, manage your own expectations, and know that in the end, everything will turn out okay. And I'm sure by next week, we will be in the rig for sure.
We will. It'll all be okay. Thanks for watching this journey we are having. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That really helps us out. Give us a thumbs up. That would be great too. And until next time, happy exploring.